Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Horizon table lamp. This is going to be the 271202. Let's get into the size of it to begin with, and we're talking 29.28 inches tall. The width is 19.88, and the depth is coming in at 12.25. Let's touch base on the shade really quick. The shade's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's natural white Anna fabric. That is a pure white. It's going to not influence the fixture at all. It's supposed to be kind of a neutral idea when you think about it. It's also a very fine weave, like your best Brooks Brothers shirt. So it's a really beautiful shade. It is 19.9 inches long. It's a box shade, and 12.3 inches in depth and 11 inches high. The idea of this is it's going to be open at the top, so light is going to be going up from those bulbs, and the bulbs are going to be on their side like this. So you're going to get a lot of light going up. It's going to hit your white ceiling, and that's why you have a white ceiling. It's going to bounce around the room and create a very beautiful ambient look. The inside of this has also a reflective coating on it, so you're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of light going down as well as up, and then the light does come through the fabric as well. Now let's talk about what's going on as far as finishes go. You're going to see choose your finish, and that's going to be for the base of this, which is going to be the bottom part. It's going to be for the frame that's holding the inset piece of iron, and then it's going to be for the rest of it going up. That piece of inset iron is basically heavily forged iron, and I've talked about heavily forged iron in our finishes help guide, where basically they're going to take that panel. It's going to be almost like a painting at the end of the day in a frame. That piece of iron is going to go into a forge, which is a super hot oven. It's going to heat that. They're going to blast it with heat, get it so hot it's going to be red hot. They're going to take it out, and basically it's going to cool against the humidity in the air and the moisture in the air, and that creates a pattern, a kind of a crusty pattern on this, and that pattern is going to look a little bit. I think the idea of a horizon is that they've got some pattern in this that kind of looks like you're looking maybe out at the ocean. But in any event, it creates a really beautiful pattern that creates almost like a painting held in that frame, and there's going to be a clear coat on that to protect it, and that's that 44 clear coat that you see on some of the newer fixtures. Now that's just on that panel itself, but when you get into the rest of the fixture itself that's holding that, like the base and the frame, you're going to have a pull down menu where it says choose your finish, and you can choose different finishes. You'll notice the oil rub bronze is a nice complement to this, but you could do contrasting finishes as well. It's really up to you. You get to play designer on this. Let's talk about what's going on as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using two of these. These are medium base E26 sockets. We all grew up with these. They just take a normal light bulb. The recommended bulb is going to be a A19. That's just a standard size light bulb. And remember, you have two sockets, one facing that way, one facing this way on their sides, which means a lot of light coming out of this. So when they cap you at 260 watts, that's going to be for two incandescent bulbs because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. But if you guys want to do LEDs, sky's the limit. You can do whatever you like because they don't generate heat. They generate a lot of light. If you want to stay with any of these LEDs, this A19, this is kind of my favorite. These clear LEDs are the newer ones. These are kind of the old school ones with the white plastic shell on them. But wherever you find these, you're going to be able to find these. So that could be Ace Hardware, Home Depot. My grocery store in Vermont sells these. So you can find them online without any problem. But you could also, if you wanted to, pump up a little bit light-wise. Well, let's circle back to this for a second. So these A19s I find at a 60 watt equivalent, and we're talking LEDs right now, 75 watt equivalent LED. I find them at a 100 watt equivalent. I've even found this on Amazon at 150 watt equivalent for an A19. That would be the equivalent of 300 watts of light coming out of this. Do you need that much light? Probably not, but it's nice to have it if you can. If you need even more than that, you can kind of keep playing around a bit because there's a lot of space inside this shade for you to put most likely an A20. So A19, A20, slightly larger. I can find this up to a 200 watt equivalent LED if I need to. That would be the equivalent of 400 watts. So don't think you're never going to get enough light out of these things because you can really just wander into these great LEDs that are out there and get a tremendous amount of light. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in all kinds of different ways. We talk about it in all these videos. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light, like a setting sun. They're also going to offer these to you into something called daylight. Be careful of that one. That's not like sunlight, which is warm. Daylight is that bluish white light, like a overcast day or a convenience store. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white, and that's a nice light that's coming down on this table from these 3,000 Kelvin LEDs above me. So that's kind of our choice, and I generally like to use this because on this one you can notice that the bottom of it has like a ceramic piece there, and I think that blocks light a little bit. When you get into this, there's no blockage of light. It's all clear, and there's a microchip hiding in here, and that's kind of your driver for the LEDs. So it throws, I think, better light in all directions. So this is kind of my choice, quite honestly. But in any event, I would make sure you get a dimmable version of this. Let's look at the installations instructions just really quick, because when you do, you're going to be able to see the setup of the sockets. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you how you put your shade on, how to put the harp on, which is very simple, but it's going to show you the layout of those sockets and how they're on their sides. It's also going to show you there's an on-off dimmer switch. It's on the top of the bottom part of this, on the top of that frame, and you just have to kind of reach under the shade and you'll be able to turn it on and off, which leads us back to bulbs, that you want to get a dimmable bulb for this fixture. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.